About in this particular video we will be going to discuss about like pattern programs, pattern kind of a problems we'll be going to understand about it basically, folks. So while understanding the arrays, you understood like how you can access the elements basically. So what I found is, if you have a basic idea about the Python programming language up to for loops, if conditions, conditional statements, if you have gone through it in my series, so you will be going to understanding very basic level basically. So you can go through this particular content and you can just watch this particular video. So what I will do is I will be tagging any of the cards, okay, so you can watch that particular video of Python for beginners video basically, so you can check out that particular video. So in this particular video I will be going to explain you how the pattern programs you can understand about it, okay. So here you will be understanding that basically you will be encountering understanding the problem, how you can tackle the problems if someone has given certain patterns, so how you can solve that particular problems basically, okay. So let me take an open board and let me explain you how the things you will be going to take forward this kind of a certain topics basically. So here you need to understand, okay, rows and columns basically. So in this particular problem what we will be going to draw the pattern is like this basically, x or any like this, okay. If you enter the number of columns, number of rows, okay, this is number of rows, okay. So you have, what you have to do is you have to use the nested loop concept, okay, nesting of the loops concept basically, okay. This is the fourth row, okay, first, second, third, fourth. So fourth is four columns like this basically. If you enter the n number of columns, the rows, number of rows equal to number of columns basically. So this is a core idea basically to understand, okay. So understand basically from this particular video is that how many number of rows it is, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, right. So 0 to 4 is what, 5 numbers, 5 rows, and that number of, let's say you wanted to print like this, okay. So this is a number of rows and this is number of columns basically. So 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 1 plus 1 is 2. So this many number of rows, number of columns you can think of like this, okay. So number of columns basically. So what you have to do is iterate the things and which one that particular number of rows should be incremented based upon that, okay. So how you can write it and how the things you will be going to create this, we will be understanding this. So as I told you, there are two loops, okay, for number of rows and number of columns, okay. So how you will be going to do is basically here, first of all, how you will be going to do is, it's very simple folks, okay. First what you will be going to do is you will be using for loop for the representing. So otherwise you can write it as row in range, how many number of rows are there, 5, right. So what you will do is for row in range of 5, right, for row is range of 5, 0 to 4 is 5, okay, 0 to 4 is 5. So what I am telling is row in the range of 5 in the static index, okay. So what you can do is for column Okay, for column I'm writing as iterating name. You whatever you can write, you can write it. Okay, for in range of, okay, what I am writing is row plus 1. Okay, how many number of rows is there, that number of stars should be printed, right? So what I will be writing, row plus 1, right? So I am incrementing those number of patterns, right? So how you will be writing, you will be using a print statement, print function, and inside that you will be printing the star, right? Printing the star, and that should be ended and with some spaces. Okay, so this is a particular code you can write it. If you have to give the relevant spaces for that, you can give like here, after printing this 4, you can write it like this basically. Okay, this is a part of a code you can execute for this problem. Okay, so this is a particular thing you can understand about it. Okay, this is a pattern number 1. So I am giving you one particular problem, folks. Try it by yourself. Let me know in comment down below how you encounter this particular problem basically. Okay, so that I wanted to there is a n. Okay, there is an n, okay, which is equal to 3. Okay, n which is equal to 3. Okay, if I am giving the input n is equal to 3, then pattern should be printed. See, understand the logics. 1, 2, 2, 3, third row, 3, 3, 3, it will get printed. Okay, so like this pattern I wanted to be printed. How can I do it? I will give you a clue. Okay, for particular row, what you can do is, for number of indexes you can increment it. For rows, what you can do is, for row in range of 1 to n. Okay, 1 to n plus 1. Okay, how many number of inputs are there, you can increment that. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, understood? So this is a flow. I hope you understood, right? So this is a particular for the row. Now what I wanted is 0 plus 1 is 1, right? So what we can do is, the thing is same, right? For j in range of I, we will be representing the row for j in range of I, so it will get printed that number here. Okay, so this pattern will get printed here. Okay, so what you can do, print the I and end with something. Okay, so this element get printed. Why? Because we don't want any irrespective of that. Now we don't want a star now here, right? The element should be printed. So I will give you write the pseudocode. Okay, so first one, what you can do is write a for loop for row index. Okay, for the row, iterate for the row, iterate for the column. Okay, and print it here I and end with something. Okay, so if you want, you can take, what you can do is, here take an input n equal to int of input function. There you can write it. So I will try to execute and tell you. I will give you some certain logic here, so you will get understanding how to do this certain aspects basically. Okay, it is very easy, folks. If you understand how to print the pattern, it's very easy. Okay, so this is the two problems which if you let me know like which kind of a problems or issue you are facing right now. Okay, so three patterns I will going to encounter this particular thing, and second we will be going to understand about this is step 0 folks. Okay, step 0, that you should understand how you can write the programs basically. Okay, so let's suppose I wanted to write for I in range of 5, right? So now I wanted a column now, right? So what I will do is for j in range of what I wanted, range of increment it, that number of stars should be printed. Okay, so what I'll do, I plus 1, right? Then what I will do is print with that I index with end equal to this thing, right? So it should be printed with this. If we do like this, what will happen? We're going to check. See here. What will happen here? What will happen here? Tell me. Just first, this part of a block of a code is executing. So what will happen? We will going to print it like this, right? If I'm writing I, what it will be going to do? 0 1 1 1 2 2 2, something like this basically, right? So this will be happening. So if I'm writing star asterisk it should be in string, right? So if I'm writing why it is coming like this, you will be thinking like that, right? So you have to decrease the space, right? And in the print function, outside of the print, you have to give the space. Simple print function, write it. So now check it. See? Okay. So for each statement, for each column, we are entering a /n. Okay. For each row, it is going to write the println function basically. Okay. The particular row will be getting entered into the next line basically. Okay, if you don't write this, right, if I'm just commenting it out, you will understand. See, this will be going to print like this basically. Okay, for each column we are writing it as the next line basically, right? This is a particular thing this part of code is doing basically. I hope you understood. This is a pattern which I told you, right? So now, the question is here, we have to take the input, right? Input from the user. So for that we have n integral to int of input function, where enter the input, enter input number. Okay, so I am writing like this now. Okay, so next line what we will be going to do is basically what's the logic is about. We want like this 1 2 no like this we want basically 2 2 3 3 3 rows 3 3 like this we wanted a pattern basically. So what we will be going to do is I plus 1, we have to range from, we have to take a function. Okay, we have to take a function which takes the n input. Okay, number of an input, number, what is a number, right? So number of rows, that many number of rows, 1 plus 1 1 plus 1, like that it should be incremented. So how we have to iterate 1 to n plus 1. Okay, if 1 plus 1 is 2, right? Like that we wanted to do it. So how the code will be, so we will be writing a function here. I hope you have like gone through the previous video so that you will understand. Okay, so what I will do is print pattern where which takes the n as an input, and here what we'll be going to write it basically will be going to represent the row for I in range of 1 to n plus 1. Okay, so this is a particular sense. Okay, now what we'll be going to do is we'll be iterating for the column. Okay, for j in range of I. Okay, for a column. Okay, for a column I will explain you how the things is going to work so that you will be avoiding the confusion. Basically, range of I, print, what will be going to print? We will be going to print only that particular element, right, which is getting implemented. So what we'll be going to do, and which is equal to this. Okay, it is a space. Okay, if we print it, is there anything going to work? Nothing. One only it will be going to print. If we write 3, nothing got printed here. Right, why it so? We didn't give any input there. Okay, we are not calling the function here. Okay, what is happening is we are not calling the function. Print underscore pattern, so it is taking the input, and what is happening is it is not calling the function basically. Print underscore pattern. You are not called here. Okay, okay, see, 1 2 2 3 3 3 3, but we have to represent it perfectly, right? So what we will be going to write, print, we will be writing the this in the new line. Let's suppose I am entering 3 here, right? Okay, so this particular pattern we got here. Okay, I hope you understood, right, the logic. I will explain you once again now. Okay, I will explain you how the things will going to work basically now. Okay, so you will now see here, this is a rows. Okay, what's the logic? 1 to n, right? We have to print 1 to n basically here. See here, this is a, see, for row what we are writing, in range of 1 to n plus 1. So if it is coming from 1, right, in the next line it should be 2. In the row, third row, it should be 3, right? 1 2 3. Now what we wanted in the column, the same element should be getting printed. So what I am writing, for j in range of I, for this particular thing, you can write it as a row also, column also here. Okay, no matter, like you don't have to write ij itself. Okay, but it is a standard practice, like ij, if you follow it, it's better. Okay, so and here what we are writing is we are just printing that element and ending with the spaces basically. And here we are just writing print function which will be getting printed in the next row basically. So whatever the expected output, we will be going to get it here. Okay, I hope you understood this particular pattern. Let me know folks which kind of a pattern that you wanted to watch in the next video, so that I can make a recording for that and we'll be going to watch that particular patterns. Basically this kind of a problem is like understanding your logic base. Okay, how the for loop works internally, you will be understanding basically. In the next video I will be just taking another into the level upping the things, so that you will understand what are the kind of problems you will be going to understand basically. Okay, that's it about this video folks. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. In the next video we'll be going to discuss about next things basically. Okay, that's it about this video.